Hi everyone, and you won't believe where I'm sitting. I'm sitting backstage at my favorite theater ever. It's the Varscona Theater, and it's in the heart of Old Strathcona. And welcome to my fourth Fringe interview of the 42nd Annual Fringe Theater. I'm here with my favorite playwright, Reed. Welcome. And we're having our conversation here in the beautiful Varscona Theater, actually in one of the dressing rooms. Reed was one of many writers on the TV show Star Trek: The Next Generation, right?
Yes, one of many.
Notice I did say one of many. But you now live and work here in Edmonton.
I was raised here.
Yeah, you're an Edmontonian like I am.
Yeah, I was raised here, so this is home to me.
Yeah, well, home. Well, thank you for doing my interview. I really appreciate it. Of course, you are my favorite playwright.
Well, thank you. That's very kind.
How long have you been a playwright and a writer for the small screen?
My first play was written in 1986, or maybe before that. No, I had a one act in 1984, and then my first full length was 86. But I've always been interested in writing, and I've always enjoyed it, and I thought I would have a great career in television, but I had a career.
You had a career, and you are part of the Star Trek universe.
Yeah.
You know, in a small way.
In a small way,
well,
yes.
You know, I think Bryce, I can never, Horak, he's
Right.
been on one of the new, his character got killed off, so.
Yeah, Brent Horak? Is it Brent or
Bryce?
It's
Bryce, his character got
Yeah,
killed
that's
off,
right,
so
yeah.
I was excited to have somebody I knew
Yeah,
on the screen.
yeah.
But your play, The Halves and Halves Not.
The Half and the
It
Half.
reminds me of another play you did, but we'll get back to that later.
Okay.
Is this from a personal experience or from an experience of someone you knew, this play that you've written?
Well, it's not a personal experience per se. It's really, I was approached by the Novus Actors, who are a group of lawyers who do plays for the Fringe, and they said they wanted a play for 5 actors. Well, initially they wanted 4, and could I find a play for them? And so I went through the catalogs looking for a one-act play that would fit the length, their ages. I found lots of plays for kids. I found lots of plays for, I did not find anything for middle-aged that fit their requirements precisely.
Yes.
And I thought of cutting back a full-length play and just doing a portion of a full-length play,
Yeah.
but ultimately I finally decided I'd just write it. It was suggested to me, why don't you just write one? And
Makes sense to me.
Then so I said I would, and it was a very short time frame, and I usually am very perfectionist about my work, but this has been liberating. I decided to write a play about an estate sale.
Yes.
And it wasn't because I've been to so many estate sales. I'm just dealing with aging parents now, and in my play, these are not based on anyone I know. These characters they're written to the actors.
Oh,
and
okay.
And what I thought would be fun. And initially I had a mystery in mind, and I've dropped the mystery, and now I just have these adult children of a deceased person. It's kind of squabbling a little bit, and it's been very fun. It's been very fun.
Because like when I was reading the description in the Fringe book, I'm going, little light bulbs are going off, because my grandparents, when they had passed away,
Mm-hmm.
there were things that members of the family looked at and said, that's not worth anything, and I went, I'll take it for memento's sake.
Yeah.
Found out later that my grandparents' dresser systems, the matching set that we have now, is actually because they're solid mahogany made in the
really?
1920s, and the mirror on my dresser was made in the 30s.
Yeah.
So it's worth some money, and I'm going, I'm not selling it, because I look at it and I see mementos, I see the memories. So that's where your play has triggered some memories.
Yes, I do work with, I'm thinking about estate sales a lot, and I'm wondering how the person who is deceased, obviously these things meant something to that person. and sometimes we just don't share why that has sentimental value.
Yeah.
After I go, I'm going to have a list of show CDs and scripts, and who's going to want them?
I know that there's a theater company that's extremely close to my heart that might really want to have them donated
Yeah,
for future.
I've already donated downstairs in this theater almost a library full of books, my research books. Yeah, theater research.
Yeah, because you know my favorite theater
Yeah.
company. But this idea for this play, the haves and the have-nots. When did you get the idea and start writing it? And what was the inspiration behind it?
Well, like I say, there wasn't a lot of time, and I needed something that would work for all of them, and I needed them to be adults, and that's okay. And they wanted a comedy more than a drama, and for some reason I hit on estate sales. I guess it was on my mind, but it seemed fun. There were a couple of things I knew I wanted. I wanted some of the family to be named the Hafts, and some of the family to be in-laws or non-Hafts.
Yes,
and
that
not
makes
Hafts.
sense.
And so it becomes a possessive thing between the family and the
Close friends of the
that's
family.
right. And so I started thinking about all the ramifications of an estate sale. They only have a short time to clean up the house. They have agreed to sell the house, but now somebody wants it. And what do they do? What do they keep? They've got three signs. They've got one is sell, one is toss, one is keepsakes.
Yeah.
And they have different opinions as to which ones should go on
matters
which.
to who.
Yeah, the piano. Who takes the piano? And if you take the piano, how are you going to get it home? And do you have room for it?
Yes.
Those kind of
Yes.
questions.
And it kind of, that play sounds like something that you might, in the future, tweak to do a 2-act show.
Oh, I could have made it full-length play easily.
And, but it's maybe something you could work on to a 2-act play.
Yeah.
For my favorite theater company, Shadow Theater, which our mutual friend John Hudson co-founded with another friend of ours, Sean Johnson.
That's right.
Years ago. But speaking of Shadow, you actually had a play this past season that I saw at the Script Salon, which is from September to the middle of July, the second Sunday of the month.
Right.
The Wrong People Have Money.
Yes.
And it was nice for me to see it go from kind of an idea mid-writing to it's on stage. And like that, just to see it come to fruition for my my favorite theater company. I can't say mine because I don't own it. I just feed the artists once a month. But what's your role within the team at Shadow Theater?
Well, I'm an associate artist. John has gifted me the opportunity to be, if he has room for me in a show or as a writer, he will use me, and I like that very much. I'm very grateful. But I run the box office for him, and I'm glad to be doing that. But I'm also kind of on the periphery now of Shadow Theater, because Shadow has initiated for the past 2 years, this is our 3rd year coming up, a program of associate artistic director.
Yes.
And it's a young female trying to bring more females into the artistic director job.
Like that, the show that my favorite lead actress, Cora Lee, was in.
Yes.
And Cora Lee, and with the play, was nominated for many Sterlings.
Right.
And
All the Little Animals Ivy.
Yes.
Yes.
And for those that don't know, the Sterling Awards here in Edmonton is Edmonton's version of a Tony Award out of New York City.
Yeah, but it's for Edmonton.
It's
so
just exclusively
even more highly desired.
Yes.
Yeah. That play did very well. That was directed by Alexandra Dawkins.
Yes.
Who was our first
associate artistic director.
Yes.
I have to get that associate
Yeah.
in there.
Well, that was where she was in training to learn she shadowed, if you will, John, and did a lot of work that I used to do before that program was started.
But you're still, if I know John Hudson. He still values you as
Oh,
you know,
sure.
a writer, as an associate with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
at box office, or you know,
Yeah.
and I know you have helped run the volunteer program
Right,
that
yes.
Shadow Theater has. By the
Yes.
way, if you'd like to volunteer for Shadow Theater, please go to shadowtheater.org,
Right,
and you can apply to volunteer for a lot of bingos or casinos that Shadow has.
Right.
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 That's just me. But you have I can actually formally say this now because it's been announced. The new season for Shadow Theater 23-24, you are actually in a play. You know, and it's been announced. So can you announce it to my fans?
Sure. In January of 2024, Glenn Nelson and I will be playing farmers in The Drawer Boy by Michael Healy. It's a lovely show, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Sorry, I'm picturing you and Ami and Julian
Yeah,
on stage in Slumberland Motel.
Slumberland Motel.
That
right.
was a comedy, and the reason I'm giggling is you have to actually understand the situation where your character and John and Julian's were in, and Julian decided to show a part of his backside to the audience.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Right?
Julian was fully nude in one scene.
Yes.
But he's far more brave than I am.
Yes, but now he's busy getting married. So.
Yeah. So.
But thank you, Reed, for your time. I
Of
really
course.
appreciate your time. Reed's show, The Haves and the Haves Not, will be on stage here at the Varscona Theatre, Venue 11, in the heart of Old Strathcona. We're right across the street from the Farmers Market. Tickets can be bought at the main box office, on the Fringe grounds, or at fringetheater.ca. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So,
Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gordon.